Hey everyone, John here from the Brewers podcast, and I am back with another beer. And today we're drinking another beer out of Pariah Brewing Company from San Diego, California. This beer is called Catch Me Coastin. This is a West Coast IPA, not a hazy, as far as I can tell. That is brewed with, let's see, Mosaic, Simcoe, Citra, Amarillo, and pale malt. And yeah, this is 70 IBU, and I think this is meant to be just a straight up West Coast IPA. And which is nice to see out of Pariah. They usually tend to stick with making hazies. I think I've had a couple West Coast IPAs from them in the past, but it sounds like this one's going to be straight up traditional. This beer was brewed, I guess you could say, in tribute to what's happening right now in the world with the pandemic and how everything we know as far as normal life goes has kind of been put on its head. So yeah, that's what I'm guessing this beer is about, and the label kind of goes into it too. They mention things happening in the world, and no matter what becomes of this madness, we're all thankful to still be able to enjoy a delicious IPA. So this comes off a nice golden yellow. It's still pretty damn hazy. I don't know if that's intentional or just because it's unfiltered. It's likely because it's unfiltered, and maybe it's the yeast they use. I don't know. I don't think they mention the yeast on here. They do not. It's pretty hazy for what it is. I mean, it's probably very, very highly hopped, so I'm not surprised that it's this hazy. So let's dive in. Yeah, that smells good. That's got that really nice traditional West Coast aroma. Very clean, citrusy, kind of a little bit of a dank edge on there. This is very clean. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I smell this beer. It's clean and refreshing, and yeah, it does smell. It's like, oh, that smells so good. Like that's West Coast IPA, and if you've been drinking West Coast IPA for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. It's very comforting, I guess you could say. That sounds weird coming from a beer, but that's what it smells like. Yeah, you get some candy notes on there, kind of like candied orange peel, maybe. A little bit of a grass character. I mentioned a dank character. It's not too dank, like it's not like hitting me in the nose like with this big earthy herbal thing, but it's definitely there. It's got like a nice balance of all of the typical aromas you'd want from a West Coast IPA without any noticeable flaws on the nose. Like this smells fantastic. I'm not getting any kind of like that weird Idaho 7 funky earth thing. Not that this has Idaho 7 hops in it, but I'm just saying usually that's something I'm going to ding a beer for. Usually it's for when breweries use Idaho 7. Which is a hop I still don't understand why people like, but it doesn't have anything funky on the nose that is bothering me is what I'm trying to say. So that being said, let's see what it tastes like. Wow. Yeah, that's just a very clean IPA. Great bitterness on it, man. First beer of the day. This tastes fantastic. Wow. Those candied citrus characters come through in this. This finish is super, super dry, which, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, even the malt characteristics kind of come through a little bit. This says it's made only with pale malt, which is pretty basic, but you do get like a kind of a doughy, fresh cut bread kind of character on the flavor from the malt, which is nice. You don't want to have all like you don't want to have like a dry beer with just citrusy hops and a really bitter backbone. You do want that pale or that malt characteristic to definitely come through, and it does come through. This is one of the best West Coast IPAs I think I've ever had. Really, really good. Just very well-rounded, but nice and bitter. Like it's got a bitter bite on it, most definitely. Dry finish, a nice malt characteristic coming through, but really vibrant and bright, citrusy hops on the flavor with, you know, those grass notes coming through in the aroma. A little bit of a dank characteristic. This is fantastic. If you are near Pariah, I say this every time I finish off a Pariah beer review, you need to check them out because their beers are just, they're incredibly good. Like these guys are so under the radar, and I mean, as far as I can tell, I don't see other people talking about them really, except for the beer tubers that I follow on YouTube that Pariah sends beer to. So get this beer, check it out, spread the word about Pariah because I'm not lying, man. They make fantastic beer. I wouldn't say it if I didn't like it. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time.